Hi everybody, Mr. Hayes here. I teach here at West Chicago High School. This is Hayes' World of Math. I'm going through some inference questions for the AP Stats test. This one is from 2017. It's question number 2. I do down below, you'll see me use a framework here. I've got scripts for this framework that you can use in your classroom, print out for yourself. One is the 4C method, which is the check or choose, check, calculate, and conclude method. The other one is the plan, state plan, whatever the other one is. There's another one down there for that too. So then the other one is the state plan, do, conclude one. So if either of those would be helpful, make sure you download that. We're going to talk here, manager of a fast food restaurant. You always see it, water cup. Let's get a soft drink and go from there. So he wants to know what the confidence interval of people who are actually cheating him out of things are. So they give us here, now it does say 95% confidence interval for proportions. That way you know it's going to be for P and not means. I have my P hat up here. It's 23 out of 80 for 28.75%. So the first one is going to be choose. So we need to say what we're going to be doing, what level we're doing it at, and what we're trying to estimate. So we have a one sample Z interval for P. We're doing it at a level at 95%. I make a little note there just that Z star is 1.96. Sometimes that's helpful. And that P is going to be the proportion of people. You missed that. Proportion of customers probably who use a water cup for soft drinks. So again, what we're doing, how we're doing it, or what level we're doing it at, and who we're trying to get information about. So the next one is going to be check. So we have to check our 3 different areas. So we have to check to see if it's random. It's stated that it was a random sample of 80 customers. That's important so we can then take our conclusion and extend it out to the population. Is it independent? Yes. It would seem to be that you probably hopefully have more than 800 customers. So that would allow us to not be able to use the same proportion over and over again without replacement. And then is it normal? We're doing large counts, so n times p and n times 1 minus p, 80 times all that. I've got groups 23 and 57, both of which are bigger than or equal to 10, so we can use the normal curve on this, a normal distribution. Now, with all that being said, now we get to kind of the meat and the potatoes of it. Here's your calculating. So, to calculate it, we always write down the general formula first to make sure that that's cemented into our head. Point estimate plus or minus margin of error. Specific formula, P hat plus or minus Z star times the standard error there. And then we're going to plug in the parts. So I've got 0.2875. That was my P hat from above. I have my Z star of 1.96. I always get asked, why is it Z star, not Z? You're the one choosing it. We're not figuring it out from the table. We're imposing it, so we're using 1.96 for that. And then we've got P hat and 1 minus P hat all divided by 80. So that comes out to a proportion of 0.2875 plus or minus approximately 10%, 0.0992. And then we add and subtract that from the 28% and get 0.1883 and 38.67. So then the last part here is, hey, what's your conclusion? So our conclusion is going to be that we are 95% confident that the interval from 0.01883 to 0.3867 contains the true, or captures the true proportion of customers who use water cups for soft drinks. And now for the part that I think really actually probably makes the most sense. This is all fine, and you're always going to have a question like this or with significance tests. The next question I think is where it actually turns out to be helpful if you were the business owner. So what you end up doing here is this. They're saying, okay, what happens if he gets 3,000 people through the month of June and it costs 25%, whatever for using the cup. So what you end up basically doing here is you're running through this. The proportion is there. We already have, so the confidence interval in the proportion is that. So first of all, we need to check it into how many customers we have. So we're going to multiply both of those proportions by 3,000. So that 18% and the 18+% and the 38% turns out to be 564 and 1,061 customers. Now, when you do this, these numbers are, this number gets you a number a little bit higher than 564. Sorry, I should have done this. This number gets you a little bit higher than 564, and this one is going to get you a little bit lower. I think it's like 11 60.1 or something like that. So you need to make sure that you go push out a little bit. So the lower number should be a little bit lower, so you can round that one down. The upper number should be higher, so we can get that one. Okay, because we need to contain the 95%. If we round it the other direction, we're going to get shorter and we won't get our 95%. And then from both of those, we're going to take each of those people times 25%. So it ends up giving, this business owner ends up losing somewhere between $141 and $290.25 because people are using water cups and then using it for soft drinks. Okay? And obviously that's significant if you're a small business owner. So anyway, with that being said, I've got a couple of more inference questions up over here. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you next time. Bye.